Hello, everybody, and welcome to the newest episode of MEERAcast, Wild Dreamer Productions' very own podcast, where we tell you everything that you need to know and need to hear, need to be aware of about theatre, about dance, about here in Australia, in New Zealand, and all around the world. And I'm your host, I'm George, and I am joined today by the very own Natasha Bali. Natasha, hello.
Hi, George. How are you?
I'm fantastic, thank you, as always. How are you going today?
I'm really good, thank you. Just enjoying the weekend before Monday comes along.
Absolutely, recording this on the last day of the week, just before we
Exactly.
jump into another hectic week of rehearsals,
Mm-hmm.
of preparation for the big show. But
Definitely, definitely.
Natasha, for people who might not know who you are or what you get up to for Wild Dreamer Productions, why don't you give everybody a bit of an introduction to yourself?
Awesome, no problem at all. So, hello everyone. My name is Natasha Bali, and I am one of the actors and also a dancer for MEERA the production. So, yeah, I'm acting and dancing both in the production.
That's really cool. So, how did you originally you hear about Mira? What was your first way you found out about us?
I was just scrolling through my news feed on Facebook, and a day before the auditions were about to finish, I saw the listing saying looking for actors and dancers, and I was like, oh my gosh, I've only got one day, not even one day, one night to prepare something, and I don't know like anything. I don't know what to do, and I was like, okay, I love dancing so much. I'll just go there and show them what I've got. So I emailed the admin team, and they were really good at getting back to me. They were like, "Oh, you don't need to prepare anything. You just come like that." And I was like, "Oh my god, that made me even more nervous, to be honest." So yeah, so I went to the auditions the next day at TAPAC, and I went there and I said to them, I was like, "Oh, here I am. I'm here to audition to be a dancer for the dancing for MEERA." And they're like, "Oh, how about acting?" And I was like, "Oh, okay. I've come for the dancing, but yeah, sure, I'll try the acting as well." And so yeah, they told me to do the acting first, and I was really nervous because yeah, I hadn't auditioned like for theater before, so I was really nervous, especially for the acting. So I went and auditioned, and I was like, okay, that's the acting. And then I went for the dancing, and the dancing audition was also a little bit nerve-wracking for me because we were asked to just make up a dance on the spot, and I was like really nervous because I know Artie's production is such a big production. It's an international production, so I was like really nervous. But I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna show them what I can do, and if they like it, I'll be selected. If not, then I won't be selected. So after I finished both the acting and the dancing auditions, I thought that I'm not actually gonna be selected like for either of them. But then after a week, I got an email from Shagun saying, "Congratulations, you've been selected for both the acting and dancing." And I was like, "Oh my god, thank you so much, thank you God." And I was really happy because I hadn't done anything like that before, and I thanked Arti. Like I was so thankful towards Arti and Shagun who were there the whole time, and I was like, "Oh my god, thank you so much for selecting me. Such a great experience." So yeah, that's how I found out about it.
Wow, it seems like such a journey of something that you almost might not have expected at first, and now you're here and you're like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, where how have I ended up here?
Yeah, yeah, I really didn't expect it because I just found out about it one day before the last audition. So I just went there. I was like, okay, let's see how it goes. But yeah, that was nice. I'm
And did the
really
show
grateful and appreciate the opportunity.
I bet. And did the show end up being what you expected it to be? Obviously, you didn't have much time the night before to build your anticipations or expectations, but how did it compare to that?
Yeah, I honestly, I didn't really know what to expect from an international show. So when I did attend the rehearsals for the acting and dancing, it was really good. It's so well organized, so well structured, and I was really impressed. I was like, oh yeah, you can tell this is international. The amount of effort and work, the hard work that was put behind the scenes. So yeah, I was like, wow, this is such a great experience. I'm so lucky to be part of it.
Absolutely. It is such a credit to all the teams all around the
Mm-hmm.
world that are working to bring the show to
Yeah.
life. We've
Yeah.
got, Vaishnavi Jarwala in India who is
Yeah.
preparing it and creating all these costumes. We've got the teams here in
Oh, wow.
Australia, like,
Definitely.
myself, the photography team, videography teams. We've got all the
Yeah.
admin team over in New Zealand.
Wow.
It's It's crazy to have all
Yeah,
these different people working together.
I
It's really
know, it's
great.
great. Yeah, definitely. Such a nice worldwide production.
It is. It is. It's credit to everybody. But
Mm.
what role did you end up landing in the show? Is it one that does combine acting and dancing?
Actually, the acting role that I have is does not have dancing. Another dancing role is separate. Yeah. So
Oh, so you have two roles in the show.
yeah, yeah. So I'm an actor and a dancer. So, but they're separate. They don't. They're not related to each other.
So tell us a bit about the two different characters that you'll be playing.
Okay, so in the dancing, yeah, it is like a classical Indian dance style with some other girls as well. And for the acting, I'm playing the role of like baby Mira's mother, like little Mira's mother. So I think she's like a 5-year-old girl. I'm playing the role of her mother, and I'm also a queen as well, like a rich, beautiful queen, as I am described, as the role has been described to me. So yeah, that is yeah, that's my those are my two roles.
Wow, so you get almost like the best of both worlds. You get to do a little bit of dancing, a bit of
Mm,
acting, and work with so many different areas of the team. Um,
yeah.
so are they in different shows that you'll be playing those roles? Because I know we have 6 shows over obviously the long weekend just at the end of
Y-
May.
yes, yes.
Will your different
Yes,
roles be split between different shows?
no, I'm actually doing all 6 shows, and I'm doing both the dancing and the acting role at all 6 shows. So
Wow.
yeah,
So
that'll
you'll be
be really
running in
busy.
for costume changes and
Yes,
running
that's right.
around crazy.
That's right. Yes, actually, unfortunately, one of the dancers, one of the dance items was clashing with my acting scene, so I couldn't be part of that dance, which was really unfortunate because I really liked it. But yeah, because of the clash, I couldn't do that dance.
Yeah, that might have been pretty difficult to go from
Yeah.
acting on one half of the stage and then
Yeah.
somehow getting into a different costume in 2
Exactly,
seconds flat.
exactly. Yeah, because straight after the dance item is my acting role. So it's like straight after. There's only like a 10-second like difference. So yeah, I couldn't do that
Wow.
unfortunately.
Wow. Unfortunately, we don't have magicians that can just pull up a
uh,
curtain and drop it. That would
that'll
be
be
very
great.
handy to have. Um,
Definitely.
but we talked a bit about how you first found Mira and how you first came across,
Uh-huh.
this show. But
Hmm.
I also want to talk a bit about how I first came across you and how I found what you got up to, which was actually because obviously I'm not in Auckland. I'm part of the
Hmm.
team here in
Yeah.
Australia.
Yeah, you
So I
are.
don't get much exposure to the Auckland team,
Yeah.
apart from when I see their vlogs pop online, like I saw with you. You make YouTube videos online, right? Tell us a bit about those.
Yeah, so actually initially I started my YouTube channel to just, record and post up dance videos. And then I was like, oh, I had a friend email me on Facebook saying, why don't you try out vlogs? And I was like, oh my gosh, I really don't know how to structure one or anything. But just last December, that was the first time I tried out vlogging. And yeah, I was like, oh, okay, it wasn't that good, but I was like, it's just something, showing people about New Zealand, showing what happens in New Zealand. So just from there, I just started doing some vlogging as well. So when MEERA came along and I got selected for MEERA, it just crossed my mind, and I was like, why don't I make vlogs on MEERA as well? Like, it's also not only beneficial for myself, but for everyone else involved as well, because it gives them a chance to be in the videos as well. So yeah, I just like it. I just record it with my phone. I don't get any of that expensive like video, what do they call it, that special vlogging camera, because I'm only trying it out and seeing how it's going so far. So yeah, that's how I got into it. And it's so nice when some of my like friends or fans like that follow my vlogs ask me like when my next vlog is, like that when they message me. So that encourages me to like to make another vlog. So yeah, that's how it is.
Yeah, absolutely. I know that I personally watch a lot of vloggers on YouTube, and one of the
Mm,
consistent themes that I hear is that it's never about the gear that you have or the
yeah,
fancy of the camera, and
yeah,
sometimes it doesn't
exactly.
even matter about the image quality. It's just about
Mm,
that story that's being and
yeah,
the content that's being
yeah.
communicated. But is it almost awkward, I guess, having to like hold the camera and talk to a camera? Do people look at you weird or anything? Or...
Yeah, at the beginning, I was like, oh my gosh, this feels so weird because people that walk by do actually stare at you. I don't know what they think when they see you talking to your camera, but yeah, at the beginning, I was like, oh no, like, I was actually shy. Like, I try to find a quieter place to record the vlog, but then I was like, what's the purpose of that? People want to see what's going on, right? So I just, yeah, as I gradually started making a little more vlogs, I got a little bit more, like not so shy with recording them, and just having the support of the MEERAcast around and having them include themselves in the vlogs makes me more brave as well. So yeah, it's just really nice to have that.
I bet. And speaking on the Miracast video, that was one of the vlogs that we've recently seen of yours. I think it was one of your most recent videos.
Yeah.
But that was where you got to go around and meet so many of the cast from Auckland that are going to be a part of Mirror at some of the rehearsals recently. But tell us about some of the guys that you met. Tell us about some of the cast in Auckland. What are they like?
Oh, the thing I love about the cast in Auckland is they're all multiracial. Like that's what I love how artists brought, like total multiracial cast and dancing and the acting and just talking to them, talking to what backgrounds they come from makes me really like interested because you have like children as young as 5 right up until like I don't want to say like oldest ages and stuff, but like right up until older adults as well, like involved in this production. So just talking to them, talking about their life experiences, yeah, just really makes you know them better as well. And at the end of the day, everyone's part of the entertainment industry, so that's one thing we can all relate to, the media industry. So it's really nice. I've talked to some young girls as well, like from high school, and how some of them have told me that they've got so much experience already in acting, and I was like, wow, I'm just so fortunate to act with already experienced girls and older people as well who've done movies and short films and international stuff, and that's even more amazing as well. So yeah, it's just nice talking to them on the vlogs and getting to know them as well.
Yeah, and you touched a bit about, obviously their experience in acting and everything that everyone has been up to. But do you have much experience in acting? What does your history in theatre look like?
To be honest with you, I have never ever done a theater production before. So it's my first time, but I did audition for like a Fiji, Indian, New Zealand, Australian kind of film in 2012, and I did get a lead role in there. So I did act in that movie. Um, and yeah, other than that, I've mainly just been involved in performances, like dance performances. I've also been like a dancing judge for some shows as well. And I've also taken part in 2 beauty pageants, which I was so lucky I was crowned in both of them. So that was a good experience. So that's just my experience in the media industry.
Yeah, now something I definitely want to just jump back a couple steps to there that we
Yep,
glossed over very quickly, because I know
sure.
that this was definitely something that I did see online was your
Okay.
nominations in, Miss India Worldwide and Miss Global Elite, even just
Uh,
last year. But
okay.
for
Yeah.
please, for everybody who doesn't know what that is, myself
Okay.
included,
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
tell us a bit about that.
Oh, awesome. So, okay, so I'll start with the Miss India Worldwide New Zealand beauty pageant first. So, I took part in that in 2017, and yeah, it was such a great experience. The girls were so amazing, and in that pageant, I had won the first runner-up position. So, I was Miss India Worldwide New Zealand first runner-up. I'd also been given the title of Miss Photogenic and Miss Talent. So yeah, that was the Miss India Worldwide New Zealand competition. And then last year I took part in the Miss Elite Global Earth New Zealand pageant. So in this pageant, it was a multiracial pageant, unlike the Miss India one, where the girls have to be of Indian heritage. So in the Miss Elite Global New Zealand Earth pageant, it's totally multiracial. You have girls coming from all over New Zealand taking part in that. And in that pageant, I was crowned second runner-up. So yeah, that was really good experience for me. I really thought that I would not stand a chance against those, beautiful multiracial girls. And, I was like, oh no, but I really tried my best. So I was really happy with the outcome of getting second runner up. And yeah, I just like to honestly thank those pageant directors of both those pageants, Sukhvinder Bular and Anjani Lata. Both these women are amazing women. And I definitely encourage other girls in New Zealand to take part in their pageants as well.
That's very cool, and congratulations to you, and obviously kudos to that team that supported you as well. Because
Yeah.
I don't know anyone else that has ever even come close to ranking in that, let alone
Oh,
coming second or on the podium or in the top 10. So
oh,
massive
oh,
congratulations!
thank
But
you, George.
it is a huge credit as well to your little tidbit on the end there about crediting and encouraging other females to get involved in these types of activities, because that is
Mm,
what we
yeah,
at Wild Dreamer is a huge part of what we're about too. The the lead character in our role is a female role, and we there's a huge one is a part of our core at Wild Dreamer with everyone and everyone that we keep involved. There's no barriers to diversity and race and gender and ethnicity. We are all one group of people, and it is all about encouraging everybody to get involved and take part in what they're truly
yeah,
passionate about.
exactly, George. That's so true. I totally agree with you.
But talking about passions a little bit more, I've seen little bits here and there about you also potentially announcing on radio stations, if
Oh,
that's right.
that's right.
What's going on there? It seems
Yeah.
like you're just involved in every area of the media industry.
Yeah, oh no, that was maybe a few years ago. Like, I had graduated from the New Zealand radio training school in the within the top three. So when I applied for a role, I mean, applied for a radio presenting role with Radio Sur at that time, they had offered me a position after I, would you say audition for that or got interviewed for that? I don't really know, but yeah, and I worked for them for like 1 year. So that was really good, but I must admit, like my Hindi language, like is not as strong as my English because I am a New Zealand-born Indian. I can speak Hindi, but it still has a Kiwi accent like behind it. So I did find it a little bit difficult communicating with some Hindi words, Hindi vocabs. So even now, while I say Hindi, if you notice, at the first time I said Hindi, but it should actually be Hindi. So I have to, make myself really cautious of these kind of pronunciations. And when you're talking fluently on radio, you're not like totally cautious of everything. Sometimes yeah, you would like say something in a more Kiwi accent. So yeah, it was a little bit hard to communicate in Hindi. The English part was all fine, but yeah, I did work for them for 1 year and they were really nice to me, the radio station owners. But then yeah, I just yeah, then I changed my field of work and then yeah, I just left the radio behind.
You're totally right, and it's all these different experiences that give us these almost different learns and different lessons that we take forward. I know that I've also personally done some radio station announcing or hosting, and it
Wow, that's
does
awesome.
it really does kind of open your mind to things that you'd never considered before, like the way that you're speaking, the tone in
Yeah,
which you speak. All these different experiences amalgamate
yeah,
together into expanding your human potential, basically.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but all these different creative outlets that you have had throughout your time, and obviously now getting involved in more theatre, and especially with Mira up and coming, is this something that you look to do in the future? Is this something that you want to make a core part of life?
I am enjoying it so far. So yeah, definitely let's see what happens in the future. If there's an opportunity and like I feel like I'm suitable for that role, then I will audition again in the future for another role. But yeah, I just want to experience how this time I feel on the actual stage because rehearsing is different to what like you're going to perform on the stage. So I haven't like experienced that yet. So I really want to experience that whole thing first before I make any further decisions if I will do something similar like this in the future. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. So as of now, I would like to continue, but I just want to see after the final shows and see how I feel as well.
Of course, and obviously the show this year, performing at ASB Waterfront Theatre in Auckland, it's
Hmm.
going to be a huge stage with a huge audience. I believe it's like 600 to 700 people, maybe even more per
Wow.
show. Is that
Yeah.
something that frightens you? Are nerves just nothing because you've danced and performed before, or how are
Mm.
you mentally prepared before the show?
So I feel like I'm quite confident in terms of performing on the stage because as you said, like because of the dance and stuff, we've performed for that audience size before, but because this is acting, I just yeah, I'm a little bit more how should I say it, like I just want to make myself a little bit more confident in that aspect, because I haven't actually said like I haven't actually had a lively acting role before in front of that audience. Like acting for a movie is totally different, because you have a lot of those cuts and people, I mean, the director can cut and reshoot, but in theater you don't have that chance. You have to do it all in one go. So I really want to prepare myself for that. Yeah, I just want to like just be confident in that whole aspect. So which is why I have not missed any of my acting rehearsals. I just attend all of them and stay for the whole duration if I'm required, because I know I'm not a theater actor. So there must be some kind of potential Arti has seen in me to offer me that role. So I want to make her proud as well, because it is her production. And yeah, I just gonna give it all my best energy as well.
I think it's a huge truth and a massive credit to you, because it is. Everyone is capable of anything. It's not a matter of the skill or talent that you have now. It's your passion and drive to making it happen and bringing it to life. And you are a living and breathing example of that, Natasha. In
Oh,
even though that you haven't done any kind of theatre or acting much before, you're still willing to jump headfirst and not only jump into a role, one that you might not be that familiar with, but to then take on two roles of double the responsibility and continue and hold up all that with the commitment and dedication that you have. It is a huge credit to you and everyone involved.
oh yes, definitely. Thank you so much, George. It's really nice, because sometimes when the dance and acting rehearsals would clash, like our dance choreographers would reschedule it and Shagun would reschedule it as well. So it's really kind of them as well, that I wouldn't have any overlapping rehearsals. So that's really good as well.
It is. Now, can we be expecting any more Mira vlogs from you in the future?
Yes, I am going to put up one tonight, as a matter of fact.
Oh, how exciting. So, I mean, look, that will probably be live by the time that this podcast goes up.
Yeah,
So, everyone can obviously by now
exactly.
check it out at your channel. But for everyone who might not know what your channel is called, how can they find it?
Yeah, just oh, that's so sweet of you, George. Actually, just yeah, you just have to type in Natasha Bali in the search box on YouTube, and it will come out, come up. I mean, sorry. Yeah, just Natasha Bali, and then you'll see my vlog videos there and a few dance videos, and that's me.
Absolutely. It's Natasha Bali and BALI.
Uh,
Sorry, I
yep,
almost
yep,
spelled it wrong.
exactly. B A
But
L
yeah,
I, just like the city in Indonesia.
absolutely. And they can head there, they can check out those videos. They can see your most recent videos with the MEERAcast. You go through and you have a quick introduction with a lot of the core team.
Hmm.
So everyone listening can put names to faces and see more of your
Exactly.
upcoming thing. But
Exactly.
tickets are available now, aren't they, Natasha?
They are, yes. Yeah, a lot of my family and friends just purchased theirs last week, so that's really good. And I encourage a lot of other people listening to this podcast, or who've listened to any other podcast, to buy their tickets and get in there fast, because tickets are selling really fast. So it'll be great if you purchase yours ASAP.
Absolutely. Tickets are selling, and we only have a limited number available for our 6 shows. It is at the end of May and just at the start of June over the long weekend in Auckland at ASB Waterfront Theatre. So everybody head to get their tickets. You can head to Wild Dreamer Productions website, or you can Google MEERA Auckland and you should be able to find your tickets and book them now. You can even save on family tickets too. But Natasha, thank you so much for your time today. I'm so appreciative of you sparing a few minutes. I know we rescheduled this podcast a few times, so thank you for your continued dedication, not only with MEERA, but also in introducing yourself to everybody listening. Thank you so much.
Oh. Oh, thank you so much, George. I really appreciate and honor and value this time that you've taken out to have this interview with me. It certainly was a privilege. So I totally know you. You know, you're such a hard worker and very talented in what you do. So I look forward to seeing more of hearing more of your podcasts as well.
Well, that's right. Everyone can hear our podcast. They can listen to them on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube, but they can actually also watch our stuff, as you just mentioned too. They can watch it all on our YouTube channel, all of our trailers, all of our behind the scenes videos. You can catch them all on our Facebook too. It's just MEERA the production. But Natasha, one more time, thank you so much. Thank you for everybody
Thank you.
listening as well. And we will talk to you all soon.